Good afternoon, guys. How's it going? It is not too hot, actually. If you're in the sun, it's hot, but I'm trying to stay in the shade as much as I can and weeding and watering and doing all kinds of different things. But just wanted to sit here outside and cool off and chat with you guys. So let's go and I'll show you what I've been doing, okay? So I've been over here watering, weeding, and cutting trees. Last night there was 3 geckos on the wall. I'm like, this is too much, so I cut the tree back away from the house. You can see I cut the tree back that was near the house, and this one here I cut back. So now I got to cut the frangipani back. And fix the TV antenna which I cut. I cut it about a year ago and I still haven't fixed it. So no TV for Kevin. I showed you this tree up here a few times. It's the magnolia tree. Beautiful, amazing smell, but the bugs like it. So you can see I told you before that I took the top off, but it's still looking good. So I sprayed it today to stop the bugs from trying to eat it, and give it a real good watering, so hopefully it'll be okay. But it looks okay. It's just looks a bit stressed, that's all. This tree here, I have no idea what it is. It does flower, but it hates the heat. You see this tree here? This one here? You can see I cut it back today. It was dead because it can't cope with the heat. So I use it for my hose. You can see what I did with the branch. Put it in here, and they are upset, so they're sitting over there now. It'll take them a day or so and they'll finally come back. But they don't like anything new for sure. This is the avocado tree, looking really good. Durian. I forget what this guy is, but he's looking really happy nowadays. I spray it about once a week with the bug spray. Give it a good watering, and it just keeps going. This guy, not sure, but it's got some new leaves coming. And all the pineapples are looking really happy. And that rose is still got that flower on it. That's way over a week now. And I finally got the banana tree in. Finally. I dug a nice hole, put 2 bags of peat in there to fill it. It's looking a bit sad because it's been sitting in the sun, but I give it a really good watering, so in about an hour it'll be back to normal. You can see a little shoot coming out of there. That was the original one, that shoot where it died back, but there's another one coming. So now there's that was the original, and then so now it looks pretty good. This is a middle-sized banana, and cleaning all that junk away, found a papaya tree. So I got a new papaya tree and 3 banana trees. Remember I told you I put a pineapple down here? I wanted to see how it was going to get on. Well, it's looking like it's really happy down there. So that's what I've been up to for the last day and a bit. Yesterday and today, fixing the pump and fixing up the pump, but the valves are all just weeding, and it doesn't take long to get out of control once the rain comes. And I still haven't got on the hedge. I got to get up early in the morning and get out there with the hedge before the sun can get around over there, otherwise I just melt. So that's my next project. If I don't get, I bought that blade which I showed the other day. I've got to get that on and attack the hedge. It would be a great time to do it actually, because it's raining and the sun's out, so it'll grow back fast. Whew. I wanted to talk about something. It's not really in my genre of things I talk about, but I have talked about it in the past. You know, I've said you know, a couple of things. I watch world politics. I don't comment on it because people get upset. But I watch it anyway. And other thing I watch is finance. What's happening in the world in finance? And you know, the 2008 collapse. Well, it was like a couple days ago I started thinking, I wonder what's happening. I started putting my nose in there and trying to understand again. And I'm going to try to remember to put the links in the description so you guys can go research it yourself. There's a guy from England who's a finance whiz kid and said that you know, they talked about Deutsche Bank, how bad it's doing. It used to be like a global leader, and actually when I lived in Germany, I was in Deutsche Bank. I was a user, you know, whatever. I put my wages went in Deutsche Bank, and you know, I was there for 7.5 years, and that's what I used the first time. And but they were apparently, at one point they were like really amazing, you know, in the world. But right now they're hanging on a shoestring, and this guy says their actual value is about 1% of what they're doing, you know. So if everybody went to the bank and took their money out, they'd fall down. They're that bad. And then if you took something else off, they're even worse. So I was like, wow. So I'm with Lloyd's in England in UK, so I thought, hey, how are they doing? Well, for the people in the UK, you'll probably remember Noel Edmonds. Noel Edmonds had many TV shows. He was a popular guy on TV. Really, you know, in my opinion, nice guy. He was, yeah, Noel Edmonds had all kinds of TV shows. Well, he also had some personal businesses. You know, he had, from what I understand, 4 or 5 businesses. And I'll also leave a link to that. He's actually got a website or a YouTube channel called Lloyd's Victims or something like that. But I'll leave a link. And he was saying how bad Lloyd's is. There was a farmer who had this dairy farm, was in the family for eons. You know, everybody lived in the same street, mom, uncle, everybody. And he missed one payment on the dairy farm, and they sent his loan to a company they said was part of Lloyd's. Well, it actually wasn't part of Lloyd's, and it was a debt collecting company who went after him. Missed their payment by one. And instead of the bank saying, hey, come on in, we've got to work with you on this, no, they just sent his details straight to debt collectors. And they took the whole farm and the buildings were worth £3 million, and they sold it on for less than half. So anyway, I think 300,000, something like that, like a tenth of what it was actually worth. Not give it to them to get it to work with it to give it back to them. No, just sell it on to get the money. But then they found out there was multiple signatures that were forged. So there's a whole thing going on now. For the people in the UK, you might have seen this on the BBC or something, but I haven't. I just found this, where the MPs are actually investigating Lloyd's. So I'm thinking, hey, my money's in Lloyd's. That's not cool. So this other guy says, if a bank collapses, then you know, they're just going to give you some paper money. That's what is paper certificates or something. That's not worth the pennies the paper is written on. So I'm thinking, do I need to leave my money in there? So I move it. So I might move it over here. You know, because right now Thailand's going well. But the other guy says, do not leave your money in a bank. I'm like, well, good thing here is you can actually walk into a bank or walk into a shop. You can see the gold value. The gold value is posted, you know, online, and then the shop will tell you roughly what they're going to sell it for, which is similar. And you can walk in there and you can buy an ounce, half an ounce, quarter, 16th, 32nd piece of gold. Not jewelry, but an actual piece of gold. And you can walk out the door with it. You know, you could buy an ounce of gold, you can buy whatever you want. This big, you know, I tried to show you before, but I got excited. I don't want you recording in there, so but maybe that's what I do. Put a safe somewhere, find somebody who has a super safe house or something, that's put a safe in it. But maybe that's what I'll do, buy gold instead of keeping my money in the bank, huh? But I just thought, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I just thought I'd mention that to you, and I'll leave the links, and do your own research, and please don't complain to me about this, that, and the other. I'm just trying to help you be aware of what's going on. So I'm, again, not a financial advisor. Research it, contact your financial advisor if you want to move your money. But right now I think my savings account in England is 0.5% or less than that, I think. So I think it's not making me any money there. So here I think I can get a savings account for 1.5%. So fixed. So I'll just stick it in there and forget about it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today. Pottering in the garden. It's about 30 degrees today. Okay, in the shade with no t-shirt on, just a little bit sweaty, but not a lot. And if you go out in the sun, work over there in the sun, it's very hot. But in the shade, there's a tiny little breeze. So this is like perfect weather. Okay guys, I'm going to send you buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope this message finds you in good health and peace, joy, and kindness. Mental peace, joy, and kindness. No stress, and look after yourselves. All the best. See you in the morning. Good night.